Michael, Elliott's suspension stems from a domestic violence incident that allegedly occurred last summer. What do you expect to happen during today's hearing in New York?
Well, Ryan, Harold Henderson will be the presiding officer, and Harold Henderson formerly worked for Roger Goodell, though he has been considered to be relatively objective and certainly a more neutral voice than Goodell himself, had he heard the appeal. And today, Elliott will have a chance to explain his side of the story, which of course he's already had before with Goodell, but he'll have an opportunity to tell it to somebody new, somebody who he hopes will be more sympathetic to some of the questions about the evidence and implications against him. And if he has a more receptive ear, there's a chance the punishment, I think, could be reduced to 4 games. I would be very surprised, however, if it's vacated altogether.
When it comes to grounds for the appeal, what is Elliott's strongest case in your mind?
Robin, I think the strongest case for Elliott is to argue that there was some kind of procedural defect in the manner in which the NFL investigated him. So there he could say the NFL failed to take into consideration allegations against the accuser. The NFL failed to give him investigatory notes, although that didn't work too well for Tom Brady when he tried that argument. But really, the key is going to be the NFL wasn't fair with him, because if he just says, I didn't do it, Henderson's unlikely to say, oh, yeah, you're right, you didn't do it, because there is some evidence of violence, at least in terms of injuries. So it's a very hard path for Elliott to argue he's totally innocent when the NFL appears to have some evidence that there was misconduct. Now, if he argues all of the evidence is false, I guess he could try that. But to me, a better strategy would be to say there were procedural errors. It led to an exaggeration of claims against me. And even if I could have behaved better, there's no way I did what I'm accused of doing.
Michael, the suspension handed down is 6 games. Ultimately, how many games do you think Elliott will miss this season?
I think he'll miss either 6 games or 4 games. I definitely think he will miss some amount of games. It's extremely hard for him to go to court and challenge the NFL's ultimate decision, and that's in part because of the Tom Brady case. The Tom Brady case is now very bad precedent for NFL players because it suggests that the NFL has nearly unlimited discretion in how it punishes players. So in all likelihood, unless he can do a great job convincing Harold Henderson today, I think it's likely he'll be suspended the full 6 games or perhaps reduced to 4.